Alright, so I figured I'd make a video like this, basically just explaining what I'm doing and essentially introducing the challenge and encouraging maybe other people to try it if they were interested in it, or just something to do if they're bored. So basically what we're going to be doing with this account is essentially playing it like a solo game without it being a solo game. Now, what do I mean by that? So basically, I'm not allowed to play with other people on purpose. Now, that means I can't invite people. That means people can't invite me. That means I can't join anybody apart from using in-game mechanics that aren't related to actually physically pressing a button to be teleported to somebody, like a friend or something like that. I have to treat everybody as NPCs, which means that I can only interact with them insofar as like I see them moving around and they have like set dialogue. So I can't be invited by them. I can't join on them from my friends list. And basically I can't use the marketplace other than to buy credit pouches. I can't buy anything that I'm missing. I have to farm for it all. And essentially, I'm also free to play. Now, a couple of things that I was debating and thinking of, we haven't actually done it yet, so I can't use the marketplace anyway because I'm not high enough. But what I was thinking of ideas, because obviously we're going to need flux. And as a free-to-play player, we don't have the option of like just swiping and buying like credit pouches and selling them. So what I was thinking was that we could actually sell items, but at a tax loss, I should say. So disregarding the marketplace tax altogether, we could input the prices that we want and then apply a random percentage loss to that item. And then that item would be sold for that percentage loss. So, for example, if somebody in my Twitch chat were to say, hey, let's gamble and we will bet your next selling day. So we're going to be selling once a week and we're going to be selling for X amount of percent loss. So whatever that price is on the marketplace, what the average price is for whatever item we want to sell, we basically roll, and whatever viewer essentially wins the roll, we'll get to determine what the percentage is based on a random RNG roll from 1 to 100, and then whatever they roll, that's the percent that I take on the loss. So for example, if somebody rolls like 20%, I sell the item for 20% less. If somebody, God forbid, rolls a 99 or 100, I sell for 1 flux. Doesn't matter what item for that entire day. Every single item that I was going to plan on selling that day, I would have in a stash tab, and then we would sell every single item or list every single item that day. And anything that doesn't sell would go back into the stash tab and essentially sit there until the next week. But yeah, that's the idea right now. And that's probably what I'm going to be sticking with, unless somebody comes up with some more intricate rules and some nuances that we could trial and test. Basically, I wanted to go through how the character is progressing so far and basically my choices in terms of like what I'm going to be moving towards going forward. So I was lucky enough to remember that they give you free star chart points. And essentially what I've done was, obviously I've gone for the life leech nodes in the star chart. And let's move up here and I'll show you. So basically what we're going to be pushing towards is we're going to be pushing towards Scorpius. Simply because it's going to be the best option. It's going to give us a lot of light. And it's also going to give us the ability to get flask capacity. And we're basically going to push towards these two nodes here. This one here, this one here. And then we're just going to move around in that sort of direction. Obviously, we want to get Scorpius as soon as possible because he is the best pet for a physical damage character. And obviously, we've picked 2 physical damage characters to start off with. I wanted to focus on one spec. And I wanted to basically have either a magic focus to all of my starting classes, or I wanted to have a physical focus to all of my classes. And basically what we've chosen for now to start off with is Knight and Boomeranger. And specifically Boomeranger simply just to do delves for geode resources. That is going to be the primary use for Boomeranger. I'm not going to use it as like a ship farmer or something like that, or anything like... I'm just going to use it to farm. I'm going to use the Knight to farm. Simply because the Knight has better overall sort of progression through the game, and it's going to be able to carry me from very, very low gear to into the end game, and it's going to stay consistent the whole time. Whereas Boomeranger really demands his class gem, attack speed, crit damage, cooldown, all the flasks as well, because yeah. I don't have any flasks, and obviously because we don't have Patron, we don't have Star Bar, and we can't buy Death Defying, Martial Emblem, Chromatic, any of those. Trailblazing, none of it. I think my first purchase is going to have to be Martial, honestly. I could get Bandolier, but, like, honestly... I don't think Bandolier is going to be worth it. I think either Bandolier actually would be worth it simply because of the flask capacity, and then just throw Martial on it. Because, like, I don't think the merchant sells the Crucible. I don't know where to get it. I'd have to look it up. But, like, Trailblazing, Chromatic, definitely 2 options that we could go with. But basically what we're going to be trying to do now, I should go through my stats right now. So I was playing for like maybe a couple of hours, and we got to level 12, and we just unlocked our first gem slot. And what we're going to be focusing on over the next couple of periods of time is basically trying to get as high as possible, like level wise, and then power rank, because we need to do our delves, our weekly delves, and we can't actually like queue because I'm not too sure how I want to handle the delves. Do I want to just go over and queue for public delves? Because like it's a public delve, right? So I'm technically not playing with other people at that point. I'm just queuing for something. It would be like Bomb Royale, right? That's how I'm going to treat it. Because obviously we're going to have to do Bomb Royale. And we can queue for Bomb Royale whenever we want. And there's not much we can do. Like, we have to play with other people, right? We have to treat them as NPCs. So I think using the public delve queue is going to be the only way we're going to be able to do it. And then obviously with that, we could, be playing with other players that way. But I think that's going to be the only way we're going to have to be able to do it, unless we farm out enough depth steppers, like delve gateways. And we could do it that way and just do our time that way. I think that's going to be better. Like, that would be better, because then we're not treating it as a sort of LFG system. I think that's going to be better, actually. We're going to farm dungeons for our private gateways and then just do them privately. I think that's going to be a better option, and then I just miss out on my weeklies if I don't get enough power rank fast enough before the weekly reset in however many days, 3 days. But yeah, that's basically the start and how we're going. I got really lucky, and I got the monster truck from the Chaos chest. I don't even have this on my main, so that's really cool. So we got a nice 90 movement speed mount that looks cool and has tire tracks. So that's nice. It can bulldoze its way through certain situations. So that's good. And yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much longer, but yeah, I think this is a nice introduction to what could be a good little series for you guys to enjoy. You get to see me struggle and fail and try again. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And if you have any ideas, just leave them down in the comments below, and we'll go through them, and I'll try and address them all. Thanks, guys.